And here we see on this chart results are shown in percentage. And prevalence of negative replies to all questions on this scale, as well as high percentage of respondents who had difficulty in replying all questions, show low trust in news media. And there were no statistically significant differences between boys and girls. Another scale, citizenship activity of resistance, was mostly taken from Beata Krzywa-Szrinkevich questionnaire of citizenship activity behavior. But in her questionnaire, this scale was called patriotism, and we added one question concerning defending Ukraine with arms in hand. We decided that it is important for current situation in Ukraine. The other questions were, the questions of this scale were: I would fight for Ukraine with foreign information aggression. I'm getting ready to fight for Ukraine with arms in my hands when I'm 18. I'm ready to join a resistance movement, for example, distributing leaflets in the face of foreign threat. I would participate in demonstration in support of Ukraine in the face of foreign threat. Also, Likert scale was used here, and the results showed that there is quite high percentage of respondents who had difficulty in replying all questions of this scale, which can point on lack of citizenship activity of resistance among adolescents. Also, we can see that quite a high percentage of replies among strongly disagree replies. And what I also would like to point out here is that readiness for fighting for Ukraine with information aggression is quite much higher than readiness for fighting with arms in hands. And there were also statistically significant differences between boys and girls on the second questions regarding fighting with arms in hands. It is, as it can be expected, boys were more ready than girls to take arms in their hands. Later on, to show that there is connection between trust in news media and citizenship activity of resistance, we made correlation analysis, and it showed that all questions of both scales correlate between each other, and this correlation is statistically significant. For our further research, I could also be willing to check if other layers of the model of citizenship identity, as citizenship-related values and citizenship-related attitudes, would also correlate with trust in news media. In conclusion, I would like to mention that despite all critics towards news media in Ukraine, it is possible to conclude that news media activity leads to increase of citizenship activity of resistance among adolescents, because positive correlation shows that the higher trust in news media, the higher citizenship activity of resistance. Among limitations of this research was that we did not measure which news media were used by respondents. And also, it is worth mentioning that citizenship activity of resistance is only one type of citizenship activity, and there are many other types of citizenship activity. Thank you for your attention.
So, thank you very much for the time. So, have you any questions, colleagues?
May I ask just
Yeah,
a quick
yeah.
question? So when you were showing the
Please,
results, my name is Anton Kurakov, the Faculty of Psychology at Russian University. The question concerns when you showed the results with the responses to the question regarding the influence of the media, right?
Trust in news media.
The trust in news media. So it was difficult to reply for the most of the respondents. Do you that anyhow connect with the absence of the specifications of the platforms? Like trust, some different platforms. As I figured, that was just a general question,
Yes,
right?
it was general question, and that is one of our limitations. It was about general trust in news media, and definitely in our training programs, which I have also developed regarding citizenship identity development and media literacy. I don't have aim to develop trust in news media, definitely, but rather we have the aim to develop media literacy and critical thinking.
That makes sense, yeah, thank you.
Yeah. And what I also didn't show in this presentation was that national identity is also highly correlated with trust in news media. And so definitely national identity is highly correlated with citizenship activity or resistance. That is understandable. But I'm not sure how to interpret these results now. I guess government is interested in enhancing trust in news media to enhance national identity, and it looks like a sort of formula which can be used.
Do you have time for another question?
Yes.
Moderator.
Yes, yes.
We can use
You know, when you were talking that most adolescents didn't know how to reply, and I made the conclusion that probably they don't have trust in media. I saw that this is so common for this age, not to know, because 13, 17, this is just the peak of searching for identity. Who am I? Right? If I'm Ukrainian, what does it mean for me? If I'm a nationalist, what does it mean for me? And I thought also, maybe did you ask in your survey, do they read news at all? Are they interested in news at all? What are they doing in these social networks? Maybe they're not even interested, so they ask, I don't know. Right.
There were other questions from other scales revealing if they use news media. But in Ukraine, at present, social and political situation changes so quickly that even if you don't want to use news media, you need to use them to be aware of the situation. And regarding identity, probably yes, they are not very definite about their identity. But at the same time, it was not a direct question about identity, it was the question about trust in news media. And they are also receiving information from their parents, so they are not isolated.